Take me to the end, well, I don't know. Just drive. Breathing out or breathing in. Broken down, but I will live to fight again. For one last time, I take this ride. Just drive. Wanna be the only one to let me to the light. Take it to the edge of right. Die 1,000 times. Maybe I could be the one. Right to the setting sun tonight. Just There's a star that lights the road. Will it take me to the end? Well, I don't know. I wanna be the only one to make it to the light. See it to the end, right? Die 1,000 times. Maybe I could be the one. Right to the setting sun I've been searching for you. I heard a cry within my soul. I never had a yearning quite like this before. And welcome, one and all to Where's the Finish Line? This is Season 3, Round 1 at Belgian Spa-Francorchamps. It is a technical track, and I think the rating is rather bizarre on the game itself. So we're doing short qualifying, which gives everybody a fair chance to get those top spots. We have 15 drivers on the grid. Spa itself is 6.963 kilometers. That roughly works out to 4.35 miles. There's 20 turns in total. That's 11 to the right and 9 to the left. Special mention to the corners at 3, 4 and 5, which is known as Radion. But it's Eau Rouge to Radion, so should I say. Very technical part of the circuit and very easy for drivers to have a mistake or two. As we are moving in to the qualifying stage ourselves. So it's 18 minutes of qualifying. And I'm just going to bring up the YouTube chat and let's have a look. So we have got quite a few people have joined us already. So we've got Welsh Benjamin. He's in there. Andrew Gavin, good evening. Toffer forward with the race car. We've got Iceman Walker with hello again, Ferret. And Toffer forward saying loving the intro music. Yeah, so the intro music, because I'm not being monetized, I can actually use it with permission from a few music producers have confirmed that with me. So as long as you're not being monetized, you can use it, music, because you're not making any profit from it. So that's quite good. So already out, and it looks like Kelly is off there. So let's bring up Right, everybody should be on softs, on telemetry, not data, and let's have the full map going on. Right, so I will do a lap rundown with Kelly, who is in the Aston Martin. Now, this circuit, it's so technical. I just don't understand why the circuit is rated easy on the whole of the F1 game when it's actually quite difficult at parts. Yes, it's a low downforce track because the tough corners you should be going slow anyway, and speed, when you hit speed through Radion, that should be enough downforce really to get you around that difficult, say, left-hander at the top. So pretty much nearly everybody's out. Westwood, AFL, Hoffer, Welsh Benjamin, and Apex. Apex is Andrew, Gavin. I think Gavin is the right one. Now, it has been a while since I've commentated properly, so getting back into it again. So let's have a look. I think it's Jolly Shirt has invalidated his lap. So let's get back up to Curly. So here we go. Curly heading into La Source. La Source being the first corner, turn 1. Heading down onto the start finish, which is this right-handed kink. And that leads into the turn 3 of Eau Rouge. Eau Rouge, the left-hander here into Radion, which is this corner here, 4 and 5. Watch that, put that apex nicely, so you've got the most space you can as you go through the Camel Kink onto the Camel Straight. Now this Camel Straight is the place where we've seen Hakkinen and Schumacher do the free wide overtake into the Lecombs of turn 7, 8 and 9. That is these right, left, right, heading down into the open airpin of Bruxelles. Now Bruxelles is this corner, beautiful downhill hairpin right into the Jackie X corner, or Speaker's corner, as it used to be called. I'll tell you more about that later. As we go down, there's a Poulon. Poulon is another one of these corners. We have a little interesting story as I head around that into down onto Malmedy. Malmedy leads into Campus, and then Campus leads onto this little straight here. I expect to see that maybe a challenge coming through these corners into Stavlot then into the Cuba Paul Ferrer, and that leads into this open jostle really of to turn 17 of La Manche, which is fast paced, into turn 18 here of No Name, headed up into the bus stop chicane. It's the old bus stop chicane. There's two stories about that we'll go into later again, and that brings us off the show. Curly puts the starter time over 1:44.7. Now I did have a whip around earlier and I got a 1:40, and that, like, as people know, I don't put a lot of time on track but this is one of those circuits I thought I'd give it a go, and I lose a lot of time going through Radion because I always tend to lift off, but I found it quite easy in this game as Iceman Walker gets a 1:43.5. And Jake Compton pulls on a 1:44.0. As we're on board with Angry Dave, and I have asked if Angry Dave's got a story behind why he's got, and then we'll jump across into Cole, because Cole's coming through sector 3. As we said, a little bit of a glitch there as we've seen the car jump from a little bit to the left. But I think that's just a slight little desync as it comes around the final few corners of the bus stop chicane. You've seen a little bit of a slide there going through the second corner. And Cole puts a 1:46.3. Bank a lap from him. Because I do believe I do believe these drivers can knock off, all these drivers can knock off a little bit more. But bank laps are good, because if anything happens further down, they want that lap in there just in case. And so, Jolly Shirt, excuse me, I've got the hiccups. Purple sector 2. Heading through the last few corners. Can he make any kind of impact back to the top. And that's a 1:45.0. So right now, if I think I got a 1:45.4, so I would be sitting in P6 with that time I did. And then we got RRL Pans, Pans with the 69 car. But the 1:44.8, fantastic time there from Pans in the Mercedes. So let's have a look. Can watch Benjamin pull out a nice little out lap there and get himself ready for a fantastic fast lap. Now, some of these drivers I've never seen before. A few of these drivers I have seen race in the past. Apex, one of the drivers that I actually am a little bit of a fan of, because quite good contact, and he races with the same number as me, which is number 88. So I am an Apex fan in a way. But obviously, I do want all our drivers to put on a fantastic performance. So, Mr. XL. Okay. As Pans puts a 1:44.8, because Pans put a 1:44.8 in, I think he'd be heading back to the pits. Sort himself on. Haley's still sitting there with a decent time of 1:44.7. Now, he's come back in. Kelly, and I'm sure he's going to pull out a nice lap later on and hopefully improve on his time. So we've got a few drivers still out and about. AFL, he is our only Ferrari driver on the on track so far. Let's see how he does on this Rouge. Nice. Doesn't get that apex the top of it, Radion. If you have that, it would be a lot smoother exit. A little bit twitchy, going into the Lacoon, sorry. But I would say he's definitely on a wheel, because it's quite smooth the way he's moving in and out. And as well, Benjamin puts in a nice 1:43.4. Thought he was going to do well, and he paid off. Guys, if you are in the chat, just drop a message, let me know how you feel. Just big up the Worst Fair Finish Line League and let me know how you're feeling about it, whether this is your first time racing with them, with these guys, or whether it's you've been here before. Obviously it's my first time with Worst Fair Finish Line, and I'm sure it's not going to be my last. As we are the Gold League. There is a Platinum League for the I would say the more progressive drivers. Oh, a little bit of a wobble for AFL, but let's see what time he gets. Even though with that bit of a wobble, is a 1:45.3. I think without that wobble, AFL would have been up there with Iceman Walker, and Welsh Benjamin. Now, Iceman Walker, again, another driver I know a lot of. He was the driver's driver at BXT a few years ago when we pulled that award out, and it's good to see that he's still. He left the racing world for a little bit, and he's back in it now, and I'm glad to see him back, because it wasn't the same when he left. You find like when a certain character does leave a group, that the group's not the same, or it just lacks that bit of banter or a little bit of essence, and he did bring a bit of essence and a bit of banter to the groups in the past, so great to see him back. Yeah, and so Westwood 13 or XIII, depends how he wants to be said. Got a nice little staple point performance there, a little bit of a tough exit through Speaker's Corner, but very well, intense moments. Pans on the on the fast lap now, going down the Kemmel Straight. I'm sure Pans will put in an improved performance from his 144.8, and he has purple sector 1 at the moment, so it's looking positive. Apex going into the pits now. Hopefully Apex gets himself back in, back out, and another lap in, because his teammate Curly is just 200ths in front of him. It's quite rare to see the two Aston Martins this close in any league, honestly. So it looks like these have got a nice little partnership going on. Let's see who else. So Iceman Walker, his partner right now for the race today is Kyle Needs. I think Kyle needs a bit more speed to be matching Iceman Walker's. Whilst Benjamin's partner is Core, and now Core, he is a decent driver, and I've got a lot of time for the guy. So I want to see him do well. Angry Dave. I really want to know why he's called Angry Dave. If anybody knows why he's called Angry Dave, let me know, and we love a good story. Origin stories, guys, just let us know what got you into F1 as well. And the question that's on everybody's minds right now, well, I wouldn't say the question, the topic that's on everybody's minds is Daniel Ricciardo. Iceman Walker with 143.2. Again, an improvement. Whilst Benjamin does have a little bit of time, and I do believe he will be coming out to try that again. Oh well, I would hope he would. Daniel Ricciardo taking Nick DeVries Alpha Tauri seat. Now, I can see it happening. They don't want Daniel Ricciardo in that Red Bull at this moment. My opinion. They don't want Daniel Ricciardo in that Red Bull at this very moment. All because Max is happy. You don't want to. If Max is happy, they don't want to upset anybody with that. So that is why I believe that's going to be the case. And so we've got Pans and Compton, or one right behind each other, and it's like Pans yielded for Compton. I think this is actually quite good. That's for between Pans. Pan's going to go in. Oh, he's heading back into the pit. So Pan's going for 144.0, and that'll be him now. And Compton with 143.7. So improvements by many. And Curly, Curly not good. Putting another lap is okay. I do believe he could have done better. I do believe. Well, when I say he could have done better. I think there was time for him. He could have got a bit more time. As Apex, a lot of drivers will be rushing now to get out. Apex, jolly shirt. 2 minutes to go. It's a long lap. It's a very, very long lap. So Curly's going to have to put in another fast lap now and another fast lap right afterwards, because he's only got like basically 30 seconds giveaway, really. So be interested to see how these Aston Martins do. As Panzer's heading into the pit. Oh no, Pans has had him back out. How has he got enough time though? Has Pans got enough time to get round? Oh, he's cutting it fine, has he? Oh, you know what? He is going to be our last driver on the lap. So. And the respect that you see on track from other drivers who are like, you know, I'll stay out of the way, you are faster than me. Well, Pans is like, I really did not think he was going to. And Carl Neitz he's crashed out. He's lost it on the corner. Right in that corner there, he lost it, so I'm guessing he's overcooked the corner and either spun and hit the wall or just understeered and went straight into the wall. But it's quite nice that that was all cleared up quite quickly. Does Pans make it? Oh, he's got plenty of time. He's put his foot down really well. So here we go. So Pans would be our last driver. As I'm trying to flick through quickly. And AFL has invalidated his lap. Welsh Benjamin and Jolly Shirt have crashed out at the same area as where Kyle Needs has crashed out. So we may find a new death zone really on this circuit. Absolutely bizarre. So people are finishing off. So Eisman Walker with a 143.2. Let's see. We've got Curly now. Curly on his fast lap, and he yields. Okay, I know. He yields for Pans, so he's given up on that lap and given Pans his best shot he can. Oh. And Pans has lost it. Pans lost it at Poulon. So unfortunate. Have we got anybody else who's... So Curly gave up his lap for Pans. Give Pans have his option. And AFL. Unfortunately invalidating that lap. So we are waiting for Pans and Curly to round in. Now, if these guys go straight for the finish line, we'll get there quicker rather than going into the pits. So let's see what their options are. Let's see what they say, what option they take. So yeah, it goes straight. Pans goes straight for the finish line. Curly goes straight into the pits. Now, there's a little hint for you guys. Like, you know, when the end of qualifying happens, and you have invalidated your lap and time is gone, just cross the line. It gets the game processed quicker and gets you through the next phase a lot quicker than if you went into the pits, because in the pits you've got to wait for the car to be actually put into the pits to be registered as in the pit. But that doesn't bother me, as we are moving into the next phase. So the qualifying, that's the end of qualifying. So Eisman Walker takes pole position. Welsh Benjamin in second, Westwood in third. So that's our top three. Compton in fourth. We've got Pans in fifth. Mr. XL in sixth. We've got CRL Spider, which I'll be honest, I didn't see much of. In seventh, we've got Curly in eighth with his teammate Apex in ninth. Jolly Shirt in 10th. We've got Kyle Needs in 11th, AFL in 12th, which I believe was unfortunate because he did invalidate and have a little bit of an off. We've got Court in 13th, which I believe would have been, he could have improved on that, and Toffer in 14th, and who else do we have? We have someone in 15th. Who's in 15th? Angry Dave. Angry Dave, well, 150.1, but I'm sure Angry Dave could have had a bit quicker lap there, but we'll see. We'll see. Apparently, he's meant to be quite quick. Right, guys. So this circuit, it's a staple point circuit. It's one of the seven wonders of the F1 world. Now, if you caught onto my stream last time, you heard when I was at Monza, you heard that I said that was one of the top seven, and we did have a few people referring in some comments, and some people got it right, some right, but never got all of them right. Obviously, Monza, Spa, Silverstone are three of the best circuits in the world. They're just staple points. But then you've got these circuits like Monaco. It's not something I would want on the F1 calendar as a competitive race, but a grand show. What it should be, it's a festival. It should be separate from the calendar, but we'll digress onto that. This circuit, though, it is the most dangerous circuit in the F1 calendar. For a lot of people's opinions, there's been quite a lot of accidents and some really serious ones on it as of late. And we all know about Anton Hubert, the F2 driver, who would have been in that Alpine. With his racing trajectory goes, he would have been competing for that Alpine seat. Recent GT cars have crashed there, unfortunately. We're just waiting for a few players to get ready, probably sorting out the strategy. So, now, just a little bit of a knowledge for you guys, like the Eau Rouge is named after the river that flows underneath that turn. It actually flows under the circuit as the cars do go out for their formation lap. 22 laps of this day. It is a long circuit. So it's roughly about 45 minutes long if you include the pit stop as well. Well, when I say pit stop, I do believe there may be 2 pit stops for some drivers. Let's have a look. So Iceman's gone for the hard tyres, so he's gone for the alternate strategy. West Benjamin, Westwood and Compton opting for the soft mediums, Pans, Mister, Spider, Curly, Apex, Charlie Shirt, Cal Needs, and then hards for AFL, mediums for Core, Toffer with the hards, and Angry D on the medium. So mixed bag of options, most of them going for the mediums. It is a... Do we need lap data? Yeah, we'll have lap data on. Telemetry, now let's take telemetry off. We don't need that. Obviously, I'm still getting used to this whole where's the face on it. There is one pit, so they're saying soft to medium or medium to hard. Soft to medium. I think that's ambitious. Ambitious, but indeed. See, I think the best strategy right now are the guys on the soft tyres here. So they think the mediums are soft for a lot of drivers, or medium to hard. I do think if you go into soft tyres, if soft are burning through them quite quickly, then you could opt straight for the hard tyres on your pit stop and go to the end. Or if you can prolong those medium tyres and get onto the soft tyre, if you can prolong those soft tyres and get onto the medium tyre, that's a little bit better. And that would be the option I would have went with. But if you went hard tyres, your option really is just a soft tyre. Unless there's an earlier safety car, then you can go for the mediums and go to the finish. on them. If you're on the mediums, then it's one of those things that you can't go medium. So you're pushing for the softs because you're gonna do about half a lap distance. So you really need to be conserving those medium tyres and get yourself onto the softs. So worst option is picking those mediums right now. As we see Westwood going in. And disqualified because he went past the pit stop, pit lane. So, as we were looking at Angry Dave, who's rolling up really slow. Now this is a Mickey take, really. Drivers like Iceman Walker are going to be sitting there waiting for this guy to get in position. There you go. Here we go. And there's a glitch. Don't worry that because that's 3, 4, 5 red lights. They're out and it's go. So here we are starting the first race of the season, the first lap of season 3, as Iceman Walker defends himself going into La Source, and it looks like everybody is, there is a little jostling up and down with the positions, but it looks like everybody is through turn 1 without much incident really. I don't think anybody made any, there's a little bit clipped wings there from Toffer, AFL, it's dropped down a few places. Angry Dave spun, he spun, and he survived. Ooh, that was eventful. Didn't expect that to happen straight away, but Angry Dave was still alive. Took that spin, AFL and Toffer behind them, managing to keep themselves alive. As you see, both drivers are pushing a bit too hard, going through Lacombs. But Ross Benjamin has managed to get in front of Iceman Walker. Obviously with the soft tyres are much stronger than those hards, so he is got Compton's also looking for that move on the Iceman. It's great to see there are battles as Pans is looking to make the move past Mr. XL. Mr. XL is pushing hard. He's looking for the option on Westwood. Again, showing up the possible race strategies. Still unsure what these guys are going to do because the options are open to them. The medium ones are the ones I'm questioning mostly though. But it looks like the better starting tyre right now is the soft tyre because these drivers are pushing as Iceman Walker loses another position but gains it back in side-by-side battle, and it's the soft tyre is just looking a bit stronger. Here we go. As we are heading into lap 2, Ross Benjamin taking the lead there with Compton in second, Iceman in third. That's position change. So Westwood in fourth. We've got, he's closing in on Iceman Walker. So obviously those soft tyres are working so well. Mr. XL up 1 place, and Apex is doing so well, up 3 places so far. Pans lost out there on 2 places, but I'm sure he's not going to let them go ahead too far. Spider is dropped down to 8th. Kyle Needs up 2 places. Curly's down 2, but still in the points at the moment. Jolly Shirt there right behind him, and Core, who's up 1 place. AFL down 1. Angry Dave up 1, and Toffer, who's at the pit for a new wing, as Angry Dave has picked up a penalty. A penalty probably for the corners. AFL's also picked up a corner penalty. It is quite easy on this to overrun those corners, and it's acceptable really. You will see some drivers with multiple penalties for that because it is, like I say, it's a circuit. I don't understand why people think, why the F1 game rates this as an easy circuit, because in general an easy circuit is something like Silverstone to me is easy, Austria is very easy. Ross Benjamin takes the fastest. Westwood takes it off him again, so 147.3. absolutely fantastic down there, and DRS is open now. So we are on lap 3 of 22. That does give us 20 laps of exciting battle to follow. So who do we want to see? I'm jumping down dead quick because there's a little bit about... Curly is... Oh, actually... Curly looks like... Is he getting closer? Oh no, he's losing it to Cal Needs. Is he getting closer? He's in DRS range. See, everybody off now, I know. I'm going to say Curly has been the guy who I've seen improve the most over the last few years. Because I remember back in F1 2020, we were doing races and me and Curly would be near the... I wouldn't say at the very back because we weren't at the very back, but we'd be near the back. And we'd have quite a good battle. Back and forth battles were quite close. I felt like when it got to the classic cars, I progressed quite well with them. But Curly stuck it out. He got himself a nice wheel set up, and he's improved so much as Mr. XL picks up a 3-second tire penalty. See, is it schoolboy errors, or is it just Belgium errors? See, because like you have like places like let's have a think. Oh, whoa, hands! Bit hot into the corner there. Ooh. So Pan comes in really hot into that corner. Luckily he hasn't damaged his front wing, but that was very, very hot. I wasn't too sure who he actually hit, but that was... I'm surprised he didn't get a penalty foul, because that was straight in dive bomb, outbraking himself maybe, or more than outbraking himself, and hitting the car. It's just came in too hot. But you've got to push, and if you're failing to push, then you're not going to win. If you go too nice, you are not going to win. You're going to let people walk all over you, especially on a circuit like this, where the overtaking opportunities are plentiful, but you need to get yourself into the position to do that. As Compton is looking to make these moves closer and closer to Iceman Walker, who is now on that form. You'll start feeling a little degradation of the soft tyres. Now these soft tyres will start fading out by laps, probably fading out by lap 7 up to lap 9 is they say normal life. After that they just start to fall off the cliff. Now people who don't understand tyre strategy, so the soft tyre core is gone and there is a safety car, so core has lost it. He's probably come through that is lap 10-16 core from forward to fair and probably just lost it. Maybe side by side battle with someone and just gone, which is unfortunate. It does mean the safety car is out, and it got out early enough to catch Ross Benjamin before he really got past the pits. So well done, our safety car driver. Now with this, it is a lot of people would have jumped in the pits. Now was it at that point like it's too late for someone like Ross Benjamin to jump in, but ideal for Compton? He's gone in. He's oh no, that's not. So Compton went in there, Mr. XL, Spider, Pans, Kyle Needs, Angry Dave stayed out, Curly's gone in with a set of hards. So effectively these could go to the end, these hard tyres, and AFL's gone for mediums, and Toffer is back in. And he's put the hard tyres on that he started the race on back on, which is actually a good option really. Let's see how well he does. Right, so it is. It's what it is. What it is. So this circuit, if anybody is a circuit buff like me, will know that this circuit is like on its 8th variation. And understand some of the stories, like the Master King story, how that was the most dangerous corner in F1 history, more dangerous than the Nürburgring or any corner on the Nürburgring. Master King was absolutely lethal. You stick that Master King in any circuit, the way that the Master Straight had that Master King in the middle, it's just absolutely lethal, especially with the safety regulations of that day was terrible, and the stories that people come out, it's atrocious. So there's always Jackie Stewart come out with a story, and it actually made some of the modern F1 drivers. When I say modern, I'm talking about drivers in the last 20 years. Stomachs turn, just thinking of what these drivers had to go through. Welsh Benjamin's jumped in the pits with Westbrook, and Iceman stays out. I don't blame him. I think Iceman's made the right decision staying out right now, because he'd have to go on mediums or softs, and that's not good for him at this very moment. So he takes his P1 spot, but he's got drivers. Compton's going to be the driver's watch right now. He's got a few laps on Jolly Shirt and on Iceman, and obviously the optimum tyre right now for the circuit. Kyle needs 3 hard tyre drivers in front. Could see a nice little launch from him. Josh Benjamin dropped down to 9th though, so interesting as the 2 Aston Martins are at the very back. So Curly, unfortunately, he opted for the mediums. Yeah, I think the hards would have went to the end. But that basically, at least then he's got all the options in the world. Anybody's on the pit now, if they do a second pit, they've got all the options because they've already made the pit stop change. So yeah, a little bit more about this circuit, guys. Like as we're just filling the time there. So let's see. We're going to head in round this corner now with Curly. Now Curly's leading us round the hairpin of Brussels, and then onto this corner. This is the Jackie X corner, or Old Speaker's corner. Now the reason why it's called the Jackie X corner is probably because Jackie X had an accident there. But it was called Speaker Corner because there used to be a commentator stand at the start finish straight. They used to look over the trees, and you used to see a big chunk of the circuit. But you would, when the cars went up Eau Rouge, they lost sight of them, and they wouldn't see them until they come round Speaker's Corner. So that was the next point they would have seen these cars. So they would not be able to see anything that happened up the Camel Straight as the safety car is back in this lap. So I'm going to jump on board with Compton because this is the guy I believe is going to make the biggest move. It just all depends, and you get to see when Iceman goes and how quick Jolly Shirt actually reacts. So yeah, it was one of those corners that it was the one that you saw when the cars come round, when they come out the forest section. I will be honest, the circuit does not look like this in real life. There's not as many of these trees. These trees are actually just hiding a lot of coding hidden in the background, let's just say. But the track itself, everything up until those barriers is near enough perfect. So here we go. It looks like they've gone a bit early, but it's not fully gone. As the safety car is in, and he's picked up the pace, but not enough. And here we go, Compton there, side by side. I've made that move. And is it going to make it stick? Is it going to make it stick? It's 3 wide. 3 wide down the old pit straight. Oh no! What? How are they not dead? How? So Compton, Jolly Shirt, where's Jolly Shirt got? What's happened to Jolly Shirt? How? Jolly Shirt, Compton and it was Mr. XL, side by side, all three of them coming down, and they just collected each other a bit. But somehow they didn't no damage. What? That would have been. Oh, because Angry David has gone as well. I didn't even notice that. Probably during the years. Safety car just before. But wow. Wow. There's a lot of movements going on, right? Let's position change. Everybody's moved. Apart from Iceman, who is still in first. He's got this 2-second gap now to Mr. XL, who is also on hard tyres. So it's quite nice that Mr. XL is holding it, but like he is close down. He's got 3 seconds, so 3-second penalty. Now Iceman Walker will need to pit, so the effort needs to go in, and now for him to try and open a gap. Spider up 4 places. Pans up 1, Cal Needs up 6, AFL up 6, Benjamin and Westwood. And AFL's had a little bit of spin. He's kept himself off the track, spun himself in the right direction, and he's got himself back in, and he's up 1 place from when he started. So a jolly shirt. Is he retiring? No, it's just. Is he a 5-second penalty? That took a while for him to actually get through that. So, I was just seeing then Curly just picked up a 3-second time penalty. I'm like, whoa, what's going on? It's like there's a lot just got up and down. So trying to confuse what's happened. So, as far as I can see, we're on lap 8. Iceman Walker in leading again. Mr. XL there sitting in second after that move from La Source down into Eau Rouge, where two drivers ended up collecting each other on their little bit of a battle. Spider in third, which has been a good progress for him. Pans in fourth, 1 place up from where he started. He was knocked down a little bit, but he's back up and back on it. And Cal Needs looks like he could be battling again as AFL does pick up a 3-second time penalty. I think that's his second one. And Westwood, the gap is opening up from Westwood to Cal Needs, but he knows some of these drivers in front of him will have to pit again, so steady pace. There's those tyres to the end probably, as we do have Welsh Benjamin, who with the DRS now, I think will be looking to make this move on Westwood complete during this lap, because he is very, very close. As Pans and Spider switch places, and look at this, Cal Needs more speed to get through, and he does. He gets through nicely, ready before Vadion. Let's have a look. Oh, where are we going? Well, come off. Spider came off the power there. I think he sensed Cal Needs was slowing down a little bit, and came off the power as well to make sure he can go right into the back. So Curly back into 8th place now after like a little bit of a hiccup at the start, and Westwood making those moves happen. He is now up into 9th. I think he's gone down a bit, but back up to 9th. So we've got quite a few big gap between these drivers at the back here. So let's see how these Toffer's got to manage to get past AFL. I wonder if Westwood's had a bit of an off there. And Curly's losing pace, time from his teammates, and then he's gaining. So it's like it's always around that 2.1 seconds up or down. So Apex really needs to work hard there to close on the Welsh Benjamin, because Welsh Benjamin is a second from Spider, but losing ground constantly. Spider's right behind Cal Needs, and kind of needs Cal Needs to actually help him get back up to the front. As looks like a bit of a side-by-side battle, as Mr. XL looking for that move, and he goes up looking for the inside line here. Taking it, took that line. And look at that. That move there by Pans on the inside line, absolutely beautiful. But he's got to be careful because this is Eau Rouge now, and it's like you really can't go side by side through Eau Rouge. And he does go off the track a little bit there. He does gain an advantage from that, but the game does not recognise that as an advantage, as he's now got, it's like, Compton gets the fastest lap so far. Needs to get in the top 10 for that point to count in normal league rules. I will have to learn league rules for this, as Pan's now in that primary position of P1. Absolutely fantastic. So a little look at the back. You can see that Iceman's lost a bit of ground there really from both Pans and Mr. XL. So Iceman may need to think about what's his forward strategy here, because we are on lap 10 of 22, so we've got 13 laps to go, and the Chinese is looking and thinking about that move onto his teammate. Now, so far Iceman Walker has not got a penalty, but the two guys in front have. He also needs to pit. So medium set of tyres to be pits now, soft set of tyres to be pushes longer, which I think is the option that he's going to go for. He should go for that soft tyre option. Whilst Benjamin now makes a move on Cal Needs, puts himself into fourth, and now overcooked that corner there, so managed to... Oh! Cal Needs, I've just seen it, just spin. And Cal Needs... Luckily he didn't collect Westwood there, because that would have been a dangerous re-entrance to the circuit. Obviously unintended to slide across that way. But Cal Needs now needs to work hard again to get himself back up to fighting into this group. Oh, there we go. A bit of a distance there behind, as we are all looking at Welsh Benjamin closing in to Iceman Walker. Like I say, Iceman is working hard on those soft tyres, absolutely toughing it out really, pushing as hard as he can with those tyres, but he's staying within track limits. That may affect him later on, like with if he's collected 2 warnings now, it's like he's got to say it. But with him staying in limits and the other guys pick up penalties, he's given himself a 3-second buffer really to use, kind of cradles them in. But we're looking at Welsh Benjamin here, who is probably thinking of the option of an overtake into the bus stop, the old bus stop chicane. Now the bus stop chicane, guys, the two stories on it is that if you think of the way the old bus stops used to work, where the bus used to come off the road to stop, so you'd have your lanes and it used to turn in. Well, that was exactly how the bus stop chicane looked at Belgium many years ago, and then it changed to a single chicane. Now it was named the bus stop chicane just because there was actually a bus stop on that chicane, but as time's gone on, people have understood as there is a move right in front of us, as Iceman Walker has made the move on Mr. XL, which puts himself back into P2 and looking to close down that P1 spot. Absolutely fantastic move, and it's good to see the Aston Martins are still working hard to get themselves up a few more places, so P6 and P7 respectively to the two Aston Martin drivers, with Westwood still pushing hard to try and climb back up that. So, and Toffer absolutely doing a fantastic job there, up 5 places into the points, with Compton who got caught out with the other driver, spun, knocked him out a bit, and now he is looking to make that move, to make moves up the table into the from the final points position really. Jolly shirt, big huge gap in front of him. And it doesn't look like he's quite happy with his setup right now. His setup doesn't. I think the tyres might be pushing a bit hard because he's got AFL right behind him. AFL right now has not improved or lost it. It just keeps going. The car needs at the back. I think he lost his wing and he suffered a lot there really from being in P4. As the switch arounds back and forth between these two drivers, Mr. Excel and Iceman. That's a lovely little view there of the three guys going into Eau Rouge. It's quite nice to see that. Let's see. And it's three wide. And Mr. Excel takes P2. So a nice three-way battle there up the Kimmel Straight. Which I don't think this is going to be the last battle. I think these are going to carry on battling. And so basically what's going to have to happen really, so Welsh Benjamin really needs to outdo Iceman Walker here. Get himself behind Mr. XL to make the most of that Kimmel Straight DRS zone, because it is the only effective DRS zone, because the DRS zone and the start finish straight really does not help you because you're heading straight into La Source. So, and it's quite a short straight. I would have thought Le Mans might have been a so like from here to here, maybe a DRS zone, but it's still tough to put in that two DRS zones. Maybe down the old pit straight, because that makes Rouge being difficult and dangerous. So, yeah. And Ari, is the game any good, by the way? Well, Ari, it's good to you joining in, mate, and asking. The game is much better than previous. It's not. I'd say it's better than the last two installments. So 21 and 22. Is it better than 20? No, I don't think it's better than 20, but it's getting there. The handling is so much nicer. You're not struggling as much, and this is me you're talking to, mate. I feel like I can race on this game. I didn't feel like I could race in the last two. 21 I suffered racing. 22 I didn't race at all. It was a waste of money, that game, for me. But this one I feel I can do it. I've already started my team career. I'm doing full Grand Prix, so 100% distance. So I must be enjoying it that much. As we are seeing, Welsh Benjamin does get P2, as I said, the way it should be done. But Iceman Walker now on the soft tyre, and it's a safety car. There's a safety car, and it comes at a nice time for Iceman Walker really, because he needs to stay within the Delta. But what it also does is that it closes in. Some of these people will opt for the pit stop. I'll be honest. I think Pans will. I think Pans needs to. He's on the hard tyre. He'll need to go in. And he does. So does Welsh Benjamin, so does Mr. XL. Apex does. Now, because Apex has gone in, Curly shouldn't. But Curly's gone for it. So, Iceman Walker has now got himself into P3. Welsh Benjamin in P1 with the medium tyres. Mr. XL with the soft tyres. And Iceman Walker, soft tyres for Pans, soft for Apex, Spider, Westwood. Curly on the soft side. Curly's lost a few places because he's pitted at the same time as Apex. Curly stayed out. Curly would have been in front of Pans, probably. Well, yeah, whatever he keeps in front of Iceman Walker as well. But Toff has now caught up. Compton is catching up. So Cal Needs with a penalty. So it's going to be tough for Cal Needs. Yeah, Ari, I've got to say this game is on the. I can go full speed through a Rouge, which I've never ever really been able to do before. Can go through a Rouge consistently at full speed. Let's say that. So, and it's a little bit more forgiving, I've got to say. You're able to catch yourself on a spin. Yeah, so in general, a well-built game. The handling dynamics actually, I wouldn't say benefits the controller, but it's better for the controller than it was in the past. It seems really good for the steering wheel as well. So it's all round a good build. And I don't think the safety car is going to be in the next lap. I think we're going to have one more lap with the safety car. Oh wow. This has actually been quite an interesting race in general, really. Who's been my driver of the day so far? I know we're like 2/3 through the races. We are on lap 16 of 22. So 15 laps completed. We've got another 7 to go. Yeah. Right at the moment, I'd go with Apex. Some great moves by Mr. XL. Westwood's been up and down. Toffer has made a significant progression, really, from the back, really. It's quite good, really. I think the setup that they've done at where's the finish line is actually quite well put together. The seems like the league are quite fair. I believe that the platinum level guys are in a similar kind of spread. So it's quite interesting to see. Really interesting, this race, and it will be more interesting again as we get to circuits where it's going to be a bit more competitive, such as Austria and others such as that. Let's have a look. Race calendar. So next week is Azerbaijan, and then Bahrain, then Portugal, then Canada with a sprint race. Then it's Brazil, then Monza, then Miami, then Saudi Arabia, then Las Vegas, and Texas. Then Australia, then France, then China, then Qatar. A few of those circuits I'm a bit miffed with. Safety car is in this lap, so let's do what I usually do and sit with the third guy along. See, I'd love to see Turkey in one of these games. Turkey would be one of the best. Welsh Benjamin is not really giving the safety car a lot of space. He's steady, and he's he didn't slam on for these. He's gradually. There he goes. The top front three has made that move quite easily. Obviously. Oh, look at that! Mr. XL did get a nice line through that corner, but Welsh Benjamin held on to P1 as they're heading down. Rouge, round Radion. As you can see, just 1, 2, 3, boom, into the Kimmel Straight. There we go. There's no DRS right now, so we do not have that extra speed from that. But these drivers are going to compete as we go for Lacombs. And it's still tight, and it does look like Mr. XL has got the move done on Welsh. And so is Iceman Walker. Iceman Walker's through, but he has got medium tyres. Welsh Benjamin's got medium tyres, so the soft tyres are going to be able to. As Panzer's looking now for the same kind of move. So Welsh Benjamin put himself in a nice little position, go through Speaker's corner as we go down into Poulon. Poulon, one of those corners. Poulon means pants in French, which is quite good because you go down up there, you go down that corner, you do kind of like crap your pants when you hit that corner at speed. Gone around the circuit myself in real life, and it looks much steeper in real life than it does in the game, and you come down it at quite a speed. I wasn't driving, I was in the passenger seat. And yeah, it was quite wow. Can't believe how quick you go down that corner. So yeah, you do crap your pants. So Mr. XL then pushing away, opening that gap. DRS won't be open for another lap at least, as we're on lap 18 or 22, so giving us another 5 laps to go. These 5 laps are quite critical really, because there is no like obviously Cal Needs is in the pits and this is his drive through. You got Jolly Shirt. Curly's still outside the points. Curly deserves points. He's had a good race. It's just been unfortunate that he's been right behind his teammates for a lot of the pit stops. So he's been held out the back because of that, and it's unfortunate. And that's what happens when you got two drivers who are very, very similar strategies, or pitting at the same time anyway, at least. So here we go with Westwood now, looking to make that move on Apex. Got to close that gap a bit more. Apex losing a bit of ground to Welsh Benjamin, who's hanging in there really with Pans in front. So here we go. Let's head back into the guys, yeah, it comes to the end. Anybody who's still watching who is able to, just drop a comment in to say what you think about the race so far, who your driver of the day would be. Right now it's quite difficult to say really. I'm kind of leaning towards Apex as my driver of the day. Well, we've also got to think like Iceman just needs to be really stay within touch and distance between with XL, Mr. XL and Pans if Pans does make the move on him, which looks quite possible right now. I don't want that view. Look at that, he's holding that line. He's just like, go on the outside. Now, if you want the position, bro, make it. You've got to work for it. And those 5 cars are quite close. And then Westwood there. Looks like Westwood is actually picking up the pace a bit more now. Looks like he's closing in. Those medium tires coming into the road now. Such a nice view for some of these corners. So, Mr. XL, look at that. It's kind of like those few corners there. So that's Campus and Stavlop. Oh no, it's not. It's Malmedy and Campus, should I say. They're quite twisty. It's quite nice to see how the cars go through it. You see drivers making mistakes on those corners quite a lot because they pick the wrong line and they have to overcompensate for the next corner. Oh! What happened there? Where did that happen? What happened there? See, Iceman got a bit off. He just needs to stay in front of Welsh Benjamin, because the two drivers in front of him need to clear 3 seconds, and it's looking like Mr. XL could be clearing those that second, because we're on lap 20 of 22. Oh! And Welsh Ben was that Apex? It was Apex. Apex going in down the inside, gets clipped, gets spun around, and it's dropped down to 9th. Oh, so unfortunate. He's looking like he was going to make that move as Westwood now up, and Welsh Benjamin now pushing back into 4th. Now this is going to be fantastic. This to the end, but that's kind of opened a bit of breathing space for Iceman Walker behind him now. So he really needs to think like he needs to stay within 3 seconds of Mr. XL. And I do apologise for the background noise, guys. There is a lot of sirens going on, so some naughty boys probably racing around town. Yeah, guys, I do apologise for that. So, like, this is the point now where Iceman's really got to think, right, I can push hard here, maybe make a mistake and try and get that position back from Pans. He's got 3 seconds. And this is when I change over to... I'll change over to this. So then we can see the time difference between the first driver and the last driver. And it's only 40 seconds. We're all within 40 seconds, which for this circuit is actually quite good. So we've got to kind of like... So we've got 2 laps left now. So we're on lap 21 or 22, so 2 laps left. Now, Iceman Walker needs to be within 3 seconds. So that's our key thing to really see where Iceman Walker does get P1 after the 3 second time penalties come off. Obviously, post-race stewarding can change things, but it does look like the way, if things are staying the way they are, that these drivers could end up being 1, 2, 3. So as it stands now, Iceman Walker is pretty much safe getting a podium, because Welsh Benjamin picked up a 3 second time penalty, which is kind of like disheartening because he's battling so hard with an AFL's dad at the source, so he's probably spun and clipped the wall and lost the wheel. So Westwood now really looking for this move. Apex has made a recovery drive very well from 9th up to 6th. Push a bit harder, Apex, and he might squeeze another position out of Welsh Benjamin with him picking up a 3 second time penalty, as he loses out a big gap there. And it's just kind of, it's like inviting people in for a party really when that happens. So unfortunately for Welsh Benjamin, he drops down and Westwood picks up a position there, and now looks like to hunt down Pans. Looks like Pans is struggling a little bit because he's lost out to Iceman Walker. Or did he drop down? Did he have an off? Probably did have an off, because he's lost 2 seconds. But Mr. XL just really needs to think about opening up a second gap now, because Iceman Walker is 2.1 seconds behind him, and it's the final lap. It is the final lap. So the focus is going to be on Iceman Walker. Is he going to stay within 3 seconds to get P1? Or is Mr. XL going to open that gap up and cover him off for that 3 second time penalty? But they're both through the difficult corner as Jolly Shirts picks up a 3 second time penalty. It may not make a difference further down the later thing, but we really don't know until we add up all the penalties. So Pans really now needs struggling now, because these Pans could lose out. But it's going to lose out to Westwood. Pans has slowed down so much in this last 2 laps, and Westwood has picked up the gap. So it's looking like Westwood is going to be getting a podium, and back up to P3 for Westwood. And it doesn't look likely that Smith is going to hold off Iceman Walker as they are coming around into the final sector. Now, sector 3 is the fast sector. It is flowy. It is quick. It's got that chicane at the end, but that makes no difference if you've got the speed leading into it. So, Mr. Excel does not look like he's going to make that. It now needs to be a 1.2 second gap. So, and Iceman Walker is closing it down a lot. It's Mr. Excel round the final corner, crosses the line first, but does lose the Iceman Walker as Pan comes in third, comes over the third, but will lose it to Westwood, whilst Benjamin in 5th. Apex now pushing up. And he picks up, he gets P6, P7 for Toffer, Compton in P8, Spider in P9, Curly gets P10. Now, I'm glad Curly got a point there because he's actually had a good race. It's just been unfortunate of the tyre strategy, really. It's jolly shirts. And County is coming over finally. So that is the end of the race, guys. We've had an eventful race, really. Yeah, it's been a remarkable round 1. Driver's Day games given it to Apex. You know what? I'm going to agree, but with notes going to Mr. XL and to Toffer for having 2 outstanding races. Westwood, enjoyed listening to me. Thank you very much, Westwood. Really good to see you on the podium, mate. You've putting an outstanding race in there. You had an unfortunate moment, I would say, but the recovery back into P3 was absolutely phenomenal, mate. Absolutely fantastic. Yeah, a lot of good drives from a lot of drivers today. I gotta give the hats off. So, guys, a quick rundown again of the position. So we've got Iceman Walker in P1, P2, Mr. XL, Westwood in P3, or P1, P2, P3, well deserved by all 3. Pans, unfortunately, just had a little slacking a bit after that, so he's in P4. Ross Benjamin in P5, did deserve better, but I reckon all our drivers really did. Apex done a fantastic drive, starting in 9th, up into 6th, and games given them Driver's Day. Toffer in P7 after starting 14th. Fastest lap and P8 goes to Compton. Spider in P9. Curly getting P10 and rounding off the top 10 points as official points for the games. We've got Jolly Shared, Calneed and AFL in 11th, 12th, 13th. And then our Angry Dave and Core are DNFers. Last few comments, so we got Iceman Walker, King of Spa. Well, I would say Mr. XL was King of Spa because that is someone who overtakes it. Mr. XL's done. It was fantastic. Too eager on the full out turn 1. Yeah, that was very eager. Iceman, thanks for the great comments. Thank you very much for appreciation, mate. Good race, boys. Yeah, absolutely fantastic race, guys. So, guys, again, thank you so much for joining us. Thanks for the comments. I do appreciate it. Like and follow because, you know what, I enjoyed it that much. I'm going to come back again next week if you have me. So, guys, next week is at Baku. It's going to be, hopefully, another tight race. So, guys, again, this has been Where's the Finish Line? I've been Gary. Have a great night, guys. Goodbye.